Hello everybody, this is Olivia from DOS Tarot. I'm here to do an energy reading for the current energy, just to see what we come up with. I did go ahead and pull out one of the Dream Coder cards, and this is the card that came out. It's a feminine, which doesn't necessarily mean it has to be, but this is somebody that's what's called drowning. They're underwater. I'm going to quick pick out just the sentences that I feel like are most important. But even with this feeling like you're underwater, it is indicating that something or someone is taking up too much of your energy and time. You might be too deeply immersed in a relationship or project and in danger of losing yourself. You might not be feeling very healthy. And you might just have too many things going on in your life. For example, you might be juggling roles, parent, professional, volunteer, and consequently finding that you have too little quality time to yourself. If you're breathing underwater, this could indicate that you're navigating your way through. However, if not, this could symbolize a time to retreat, prompted by feelings of helplessness and dependency. That was really loaded. It's really emotional card as far as how and it doesn't necessarily mean you have to have this dream, but you might just be feeling this way, is what it really says to me. You may just be feeling that way. Zoom out a little bit. So let's go ahead and just pull some cards and see what we get. I'm going to do the weekly because I want to get you in whatever your situation is here, and see if we can get some answers. All right. Somebody is underwater if you think about it. This is similar. This is like going into a retreat, doing some heavy thinking, trying to figure out what is your next step. Not sure how to go about, which is good because sometimes this can indicate that you're being enlightened by the divine. If you're one that prays or manifests, you could be getting answers that way, but somebody is definitely here looking for answers to questions or situations or people. Somebody might be walking away from somebody. This talks about feeling like you don't belong in a certain community, or it doesn't mean community so much. It just means you don't feel like you belong with whoever this person is that you're with. So you're actually going to be leaving somebody behind. And it may very well have something to do with finances as well. Maybe financially, if this is you were struggling, and maybe you still are. But you feel like leaving somebody might help the financial situation, with somebody like taking your money from you or not paying their fair share of the bills. Oh, the Sun in reverse. Now the Sun in reverse, this talks about everything it is in the upright. The only difference is this one talks about if there's any plans for any traveling, there might be a delay. But with this card in the upright, which is the same meaning here, this is telling me that there's going to be some kind of new beginning for somebody that's going to be able to take care of themselves. And it also talks about healing any illnesses or health issues. It also talks about success. And it also talks about nurturing your inner child. You know, sometimes we get so wrapped up in other issues with people that we forget that, you know, we feel like we have to be a certain way all the time. It could be at work, or it could just be around certain people. You have to pretend to be something you're not. This is telling you now's the time to start nurturing your inner child as well. And if there's a question, the answer is yes. It still is, the answer is yes. Oh my gosh. You may actually, I feel like somebody here is financially struggling. Now, with the Seven of Pentacles in reverse, this is telling me that there's no more growth in either in a money situation, could be job, or it could be with a partner, boyfriend, girlfriend, husband, wife, two people that just live together. It's definitely somebody's wanting to walk away. And this, you know, with the Sun in reverse, this can also, I bet it feels like what's going on here too. It's like you can't, it has all the good meanings to it, but I almost feel like this is somebody that's also looking for illumination about a situation, which is the same as this in a way. Looking for something to shine the light on. What do I need to do to get out of this? How am I going to ever walk away? But this is telling me that there's no more growth, whoever this reading is for. Let's look at your situation or person. It could have something to do with reminiscing about the past. This could be an old friend, an old friendship, an old lover at one time perhaps, or maybe it's just going back to childhood, wishing that things were the same when you were a lot younger. Times were easier, more friendly. There was no trying to be something you weren't. Two children here are just being who they are. They don't know that grown-up thing where sometimes you just have to change yourself a little bit to please somebody else. Like if it's a family member that you have to get along with, so you just change yourself to make them happy and to keep you happy. It's weird. You know what I mean. Anyway, in the second card here, somebody here is seeing things very clearly. I don't know if this is like a continuation, or is this your person? They're starting to see things very clearly. And they're thinking about the past. This Seven of Cups is talking about looking at other options. Looking at, you know, seeing other things with a more clearer vision. Because there's going to be a choice made here too, it feels like. Somebody's looking for a way out. That's interesting. Both of these feel the same. Now, the King of Swords is somebody that, in the reverse, the King of Swords is somebody that's very oppressive. It's like they want to keep everything down and under control. There could be mind games with this energy. And this is somebody that likes to win at all costs. That's interesting. Alright, let's see. There was something that was revealed. Either that or this person has eliminated their fear of leaving. Because this king can also do the cutting, like cutting out a situation for their better good. Now the king, the king is ruled by Capricorn and Aquarius. Oh, neither one of you feel like you have any strength to do anything. Isn't it funny that one's got the sun and the other one's got the moon? To me, that indicates these are like two opposite counterparts. They're not in the same category. Does that make sense? Let's see what the last card up here is. I think both of you feel like you need a spark of life. I don't think either one of you are happy. This is wanting to leave this situation, and this person's thinking about the past, and they're thinking about just controlling and holding on to everything and not letting anything change. But the Strength card in reverse, this talks about, you know, the lack of emotional, physical, spiritual, and mental. None of that's, it's like it's a dead end. This is like a dead end. There's no more growth. One wants to maintain it, and they keep dreaming about the past, how things beautifully used to be, but how things have changed. But they're starting to see things clearly, to see what options they have. Let's do some clarifying here. So on this side, this could be somebody that's looking for love. Because the King of Cups now, this is somebody that's very charismatic. And it's usually a man. They're also very sensitive. And they're also unafraid of intimacy. They're not afraid to commit. The Devil on this side. This could talk about, you know, when I was reading all of these, I was kind of thinking, this sounds like somebody that's codependent. This is the kind of energy of somebody of codependent, means they don't feel like they can survive without having somebody in their life. Even if it's a bad relationship, they want to cling on to it. But it can also mean addictions. Maybe their options are addictive. Could be other people. Because this talks about addictions such as sex, food, drinking, drugs, as well as codependency. Could be looking for somebody to fill this person's place. Whatever this is, oh my gosh, the Wheel of Fortune in the upright is telling me that this is meant to happen. Whoever these two people are, they are absolutely meant to go their separate ways. They both want to. This one's already looking for the replacement. Excuse me. My throat is jamming up. And then this person here, they're already thinking about walking away and leaving this person. So there's no love here other than the love here, which to me indicates that maybe at one time there was, or maybe this is the energy of somebody who's full of love, and they're looking to find somebody that they can share that love with. Maybe not right now, but they know that they're not happy here. They're not happy. Because how can you be in love and walk away? You can't. This is definitely somebody that just has a lot of love, and they want to be able to share it. And you can't share it with somebody like this without them swallowing you whole, because they will drain your energy. And the last card here. It's been a burden for both parties. Absolutely. Well, that was an interesting read. I'm going to give one oracle card. Let's see what let's try the angels and ancestors, just out of curiosity. Hunter. This card comes out a lot. I do like it though, because it talks about track down your fears and your desires. Fear can be overruled when there's love. So if there's any fear here, there could be fear on this person's side. Like I said, there could be some codependency. What they need to do is find out why they feel that way. How come they don't feel like they can be by themselves? Why do they feel like they always have to have somebody with them? Or, you know, it could be somebody that jumps from one relationship to another. It could be that. But whoever this is on this side, if it resonates with you, they're asking you to just look at why you have that fear. What causes that? Is it something from childhood? Is it because the devil is ruling you because of your fear? That's the only reason why the devil card is here, is because there's fear. Even though there's something that's been revealed, and it could also mean you're beginning to see things clearly with the devil, and now you're starting to realize that you're starting to diminish your fear. Maybe that's the strength card is trying to turn over for both people, but it's not quite ready. And what that means to me is there needs to be a distinct decision between both people, and you need to communicate to one another that you both want to go your separate ways. Take your time and do it in a in a very graceful kind of way, because this card also talks about grace. And what that means is you both agree that neither one of you are on the same page. You don't feel like you're in the same community with one another. It's time to separate and go your separate ways. I think it's a very beautiful reading, but this could also explain why there's so much, feeling like you're drowning. I wouldn't be surprised if both people feel that way, because there's no action here. None. Right now it's all psychological on both sides. The only action could be this, but I don't know that I can really clarify that either. But there's definitely fear. Alright, that was an interesting reading. I hope you guys enjoy these. I only do them periodically. But until then, I'll see you next time, and namaste. Bye-bye.